Sleepsayer welcomes you, dear listener. As evening's gentle shadows embrace London, let's take a moment to find perfect comfort. Feel the softness beneath you, supporting every part of your body. Allow your shoulders to relax, letting any tension melt away. Take a slow, calming breath, feeling your chest rise and fall. Tonight, Sleepsayer will share the Timekeeper of Tower Bridge, a tale where time flows like dreams beneath starlit skies. The Thames flows gentle and dark beneath Tower Bridge on this peaceful night. Soft lamplight reflects on the water like scattered stars, dancing with each ripple. Ancient stone rises into the misty evening air, its weathered surface holding centuries of secrets. You might hear the quiet lapping of waves against the bridge's mighty pillars. The scent of river water mingles with night air, carrying whispers of countless stories. A gentle breeze carries the faint sounds of the city, now softened by evening's embrace. Church bells chime in the distance, their melody floating across the water like drifting leaves. The last rays of sunset paint the clouds in gentle shades of rose and gold. Stars begin to appear one by one in the deepening twilight. Deep within the bridge's peaceful chambers, footsteps echo softly against stone floors. Behind walls of warm brass and weathered oak, ancient clockwork measures the very heartbeat of London itself. Gears turn with quiet precision, their rhythm as steady as the flowing tide. Silver moonlight streams through high windows, casting peaceful shadows on polished metal. Here in these tranquil chambers, Oliver Thorne tends to the soothing mechanisms, as he has for over 2 centuries. His movements are graceful and unhurried, each gesture flowing into the next like water. Time has blessed him to appear no older than 35, though his eyes hold the gentle wisdom of ages. The brass key in his palm feels warm as summer sunshine, familiar and comforting. His treasured pocket watch whispers secrets of moments rather than minutes. The watch's face glows softly in the dim light, its hands moving in gentle circles. On this autumn evening, a peaceful stillness settles over the bridge. Soft mist rises from the river like a blanket of dreams, wrapping around the stone towers. The fog brings with it memories of countless nights spent watching over London's dreams. Oliver remembers the moment his journey began, so many years ago. It was a different London then, when gas lamps cast pools of golden light on cobblestone streets. The river had spoken to him on that fateful night, its voice like rain falling on still water. He had saved a child from the rushing current, not counting the cost to himself. The Thames spirit had seen his selfless heart and offered him a gift, to become time's guardian. Now, as the mist swirls around his feet, Oliver notices something changing in the usual rhythm. The clockwork's melody becomes like a lullaby slightly out of tune. Through his pocket watch, he feels London's time beginning to drift, like ripples in a quiet pond. The great mechanisms tick with a different cadence, seeking a new pattern. Brass wheels turn with gentle persistence, their song shifting like the changing tide. Oliver moves through the peaceful chambers, his footsteps barely disturbing the silence. Each gear and spring has its own voice, familiar to him after centuries of care. The scent of metal and oil mingles with the river's breath, drifting through open windows. Floating through the evening air like a dandelion seed, she appears. A figure in a coat the color of twilight stands at the bridge's heart. She watches the sun paint the water in warm honeygold, perfectly still in the gathering dusk. Her dark hair catches the lamplight, moving softly in the evening breeze. In her hands, she holds an antique brass compass whose needle spins in peaceful circles. The metal gleams with the warm patina of age, telling its own quiet story. Like two streams joining as one, Oliver finds himself walking toward her. His footsteps echo softly on the weathered stone, marking each moment. She turns to him with eyes the color of aged copper, wise and wondering. The time feels different here, she says softly, like sharing a cherished secret. Her voice carries the same gentle rhythm as the bridge's clockwork heart. Her name is Eleanor Webb, and she spends her days surrounded by ancient timepieces. In the Museum of London's quiet halls, she listens to their stories. Each clock and watch holds memories of the moments it has measured. She feels the age in things, not just physical wear, but the whispered tales of years gone by. As a child, she had wandered into a room full of marine chronometers at Greenwich. There, the prime meridian's invisible line had whispered time's secrets to her. Each timepiece shared stories of ocean voyages and star-guided journeys. Now she restores old chronometers, bringing their voices back to life. As golden leaves spiral down through the evening air, Oliver's solitude transforms. Like the gentle turn of seasons, Eleanor begins to visit each evening. Together they share whispered conversations about time's deeper rhythms. They speak of moments that pool like still water and days that flow like summer streams. Eleanor brings her own creations, watches made from fragments of broken timepieces. Each one keeps its own peculiar time, dancing to rhythms beyond ordinary hours. The hands move in unusual patterns, sometimes forward, sometimes back. Yet somehow, they always show the right moment if you understand their language. One misty evening, as they watch the sunset paint the clouds, Eleanor notices something. Oliver's stories carry the weight of memory rather than history. He speaks of long-ago events as if he had witnessed them himself. The Great Frost Fair of 1814, the Crystal Palace of 1851, all told through eyes that were there. The river spirit stirs beneath them, curious and gentle. Like moonlight dancing on water, the river begins to glow with a soft silver light. A voice like evening rain whispers through the chamber, testing and questioning. The ancient magic reshapes itself, like ice melting in spring. Eleanor understands not just the mechanical nature of time, but its human heart. She knows how it flows differently through joy and sorrow, how it pulls in moments of beauty and rushes through times of change. a fresh perspective joins with Oliver's centuries of careful tending. Now two hearts understand time's gentle dance in different but complementary ways. As dawn paints the sky in soft rose and gold, they stand together in the bridge's weathered tower. Time flows smooth and peaceful once more, like a river of dreams beneath the bridge. If you cross Tower Bridge in the quiet hours when dreams walk freely, you might feel time move differently there. Not faster or slower, but deeper somehow, like the river's eternal lullaby below. Perhaps you'll glimpse two figures in the Victorian towers, watching over London's dreams. Their story continues like a river flowing to the sea, measured not in hours or minutes, but in moments of peace shared and understood. Let these peaceful moments carry you into your own dreams. Sleep Sayer bids you good night.